Welcome back to the Dare to Venture podcast.
You dip your face into it for as long as you can, stand it without enduring it. No.
Just getting your head down and getting through it.
You have put it on.
Korean.
Well. That's how we earn our money.
Yeah. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Dare to Venture podcast, Season 2, Episode 1. I'm your host, Chris.
And I'm your host, Tamira.
So we are back with a brand new season. 6 episodes coming. We did Season 1 earlier on in 2025. I can't remember exactly when it was. Do you remember when it was?
I don't remember when it was, but it has been a minute where we haven't been doing them.
Yes. So we are coming back to you with Season 2, Episode number 1. And we've kind of tried to level up our setup. So I'm hoping if you're watching on YouTube that you can see a little bit of a difference in the lighting. We've got like a map behind us on the wall. We've got our YouTube plaque there, our 100,000 subscriber YouTube plaque, which we're so proud of. But yeah, we've kind of tried to upgrade, and we're going to keep trying to reinvest back into this podcast to make it better and better.
We have kind of discussed the whole seating thing because we're kind of sitting on a sofa and it feels odd. I'm sitting cross-legged, trying to place. But we decided, because this is our front room, it's quite difficult to set it up. Like, Chris has spent about an hour setting this whole stuff up with me watching.
So we literally just de-rig the front room, the living room,
yes,
where we all sit and chill out and watch TV, to a full-on podcast studio. Yeah. And it does take some effort. But yeah, we're sticking with the sofa for now. We toyed around with like 2 seats, but that might be coming in Season 3. We're going to keep trying to upgrade. So if you've got any suggestions whatsoever, leave us a comment, leave us a review, let us know. But this is how we're coming to you for this season, Season number 2.
Obviously, what we're talking about is all visual. So if you're listening to us,
yes,
hopefully we're sounding as crisp and lovely as we normally do.
Yes, hopefully. Hopefully. If you're listening on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, welcome back to the show. So how are we going to kick off the season?
Are starting off with, this episode is all about travelling after the honeymoon period.
Okay, so we left the UK in 2023. It's now 2026. We can safely say that the honeymoon period is over.
That is correct. And what we're going to go through today is how you go past that when you realise that actually happens. Because in relationships, I'd say it's probably about 3 months in.
Yeah. Okay.
But traveling is a little bit different. So we kind of wanted to go through what we've experienced after, like, we've left the UK. Oh, so exciting. Freedom, out of the rat race. How is this way of life now becoming normality to us? And the reality of full-time traveling as a family and content creation as well. So that's what we're going to be going through today, being as honest, completely honest as we possibly can. It's exactly how we feel, but we're going to try and let you know exactly the process of when the honeymoon period ended and how we are dealing with that now going forward. But before we kick off with that, we're going to start off with, because I enjoyed this last season.
Yep, last season.
I'm calling it a season. Okay.
Season.
I feel like we're in like a Netflix kind of thing. Okay, so what is new this week? Now, when I normally ask this question, Chris is going to go first because he can't ever think of what he's done this week. So, Chris, what is new this week with us?
Well, it is a bit strange doing this week because it's been months and months since we last did a podcast. So, but we'll go with what's immediately new. First of all, it's 2026, so Happy New Year, everyone. We're still in January, so it's okay to say that. We are fresh off of the back of our last hectic travel period, which was India for 5 weeks and then on to Sri Lanka for 5 weeks as well. So we did 5 and 5, and now we're back in Penang, Malaysia, where we have our base, where we film these podcasts, and we're set up and kind of geared up, ready for this brand new year. And yeah, I think that we're fired up, ready to go. The only thing that I would say is different is we have just launched a magazine, and it's something we've been working on for such a long time. The the Venture magazine. I nearly called it the Dare to Venture magazine. It's Venture magazine, and it is freshly launched. You can subscribe at venturemagazine.com, and basically we have been working on that since we've arrived back in Penang, and we finally launched it on the 15th of January, and we're super excited about it.
We are super excited about it, but it is also something that was quite nerve-wracking to launch because we've never done anything like it before. We've got a lovely audience, yourselves. We wanted to create something to give back, and this has been an idea for months and months and months. And we put it together, we've looked at all the logistics of it, of how it's going to work, and finally we pressed the button and we're like, okay guys, you can now subscribe and you can buy. And it's the first time that we have really wanted to give back. We put a price on per month, which is $4.75.
Yep, $4.75.
And it's the first time we've gone, guys, you know, this is something that we're offering and you can pay for it. And I think that's the nervous thing, like asking people to pay for something that we've created. Yeah. We've got this amazing vision of what we want the magazine to be and end up being. And I think it has been a little bit of a moment for us. We released it to the world and it was so nerve-wracking, and I don't think we both thought it was going to be, but it's something that
we're really proud of, and it is all our heart and soul, or all our experiences, and we have got such a vision with it. We are starting off as a digital magazine. It is going to be a bi-monthly magazine, so you get 6 issues per year, but you also get free travel guides along the way. We've got one coming up at the end of next week. So
yes, I'm super excited about that. And basically, you're part of a community in that. So whatever we've got to give, it will be under that subscription and you will get it. So we're really excited. We launched that. So that is something completely new.
It also massively supports us. So if you enjoy these podcasts, if you enjoy watching our content, if you want to show us your support for less than £5 a month, you can support us with Venture Magazine and help us grow it to the amazing places we want to take it to. We want to get it from digital to a printed magazine. That is a goal. But that has been a big thing. It's kind of what's consumed me over the past few weeks, but it is off the ground. So
okay, so good. Is that what's new with you?
In my head, yes. Apart from I'm back in the gym, New Year's resolutions and all that. We're thick into dry January right now, and I can say, like, both of us, absolutely solid, no problems whatsoever.
No, I think I totally agree. We're both doing dry January. I think, like, as we've said, we travelled through India and Sri Lanka, and we didn't really drink hardly anything at all through that period of time. We were so fast travelling, too busy doing everything. Alcohol wasn't as so readily in your face in some of the locations that we were in. And we just found that we didn't drink anything. And we thought, we'll just challenge ourselves to dry January, because we do like a tipple. I do like my wine. You like your Hennessy. We do like a...
I'm not so, I don't drink too much. But I must admit, when you're traveling, and you're in the thick of it, and you can kind of go to convenience store. It's kind of like our safe haven, you go to a convenience store, you get some comfort food, some snacks, and the alcohol is there. Like, it's usually the local beer, which we always like to try, the beer from that country, and you can get snagged into sort of grabbing these on a nightly basis.
A couple of beers a night, a couple of cans. So anyway, we didn't in the last travel period, and we saw the benefits, and we thought, well, we drank around Christmas, I think just Christmas Day actually, and we haven't drunk a drop since then, and we haven't found it hard at all. So we're just kind of continuing. So if you're trying to do dry January, keep on going.
Stick with it.
Hopefully you're seeing the benefits by now, because we're at the latter end of the month. So it's all cleared out your system. You should be seeing all those benefits. Or you could just be absolutely gagging for a glass of wine.
Ready for the 1st of February.
I do have those days some days. I must admit, there's some moments, but sometimes it can happen at 11 a.m. after tantrum number 20 of the morning. But anyway,
so far so good. We're feeling sharp, we're feeling on it, we're back in the gym, we're working out, so that is all good, and that's what's new with me. Do you have anything to add? Have I stolen it all?
Basically covered absolutely everything. I got my hair dyed. Other than that, been smashing the gym again. The girls have jumped into their online school live lessons and enjoyed it so much, and they're super impressing us with how they are taking part of the live lessons, enjoying the school, engaged. Also straight back in, because as we were traveling, they were basically library learning, so watching recordings of the lessons. But now they're back on the live lessons, and I'm so proud of them. They're doing so well. And Bella is full on into phonics mode. And I realise, and you can probably tell, I don't pronounce a lot of things correctly. And we're going deep into phonics, and I am not the best at
You're doing a great job, though. Doing a really good job. And she's responding really to it really well.
Yeah, she's doing really, really well. So,
I think as well, though, for our female listeners and male, if you're skin conscious and hair conscious, I think you should tell everyone about your skincare routine that we're back on since being back in Penang.
Oh, okay. So this is like, I've struggled whilst traveling with getting spots around my neck, around my chin, and like just not having a kind of routine. And as I'm knocking on a little bit now, that sounds awful, doesn't it? Well, I'm 36, 37 shortly in a couple of months. I've decided to really take care of my skin, and because of obviously we're in hot climates a lot of the time. So every single day, SPF 50, 100%, or hats as well to protect my skin. In the morning, I'm waking up, we have an ice bath and a lime squeezed into it. So
lemon. Fresh lemon.
Sorry, a lemon. You dip your face into it for as long as you can, like, stand it. I normally have the girls talking to me whilst I'm doing this. And that really wakes me up before having the coffee as well. So I do that. And then I've got my normal skin routine. But then I've added in an LED mask. Mm-hmm. Now, it's really, really good for my skin on a night. But I'm finding it's hurting my eyes. So I don't know if it is that I'm just getting headaches at the moment or what it is. So please, can you comment and let me know about these LED masks? I'm really seeing the benefit on my skin. But
it's giving you a headache.
Well, I don't know if that's giving me the headache or if there's something else. So please, can you let me know what you think about LED masks? I'm using it. I think it's really, really good for my skin. It's
maybe you have to wear some sort of eye patches or something.
Yeah, I know.
Block out.
I am a mum, Chris. Yeah. I don't get those 15 minutes to have my eyes blocked out and
block
my
whole
out. Face.
I'm
doing the washing whilst I've got the face mask on.
So we've got that going on. We also use these. I'm involved with this as well.
Collagen. We're taking hair collagen.
Yes.
Just to protect my hair. My hair has got the longest it has been since traveling, so I'm so happy with that.
You have a hair filter on the shower.
Yes, yeah. Chris is just jumping in on all of these routines. So this is
I'm loving it.
Me sharing my routine.
I do everything apart from the face mask. The LED face mask.
You have put it on.
It doesn't fit me, basically.
We also do eye masks underneath the eyes twice a week.
Korean.
As well.
They're pretty good.
Yeah, really good.
So that is the old skin routine there, just in case you were wondering.
This has got nothing to do with the theme.
Yeah, we've gone off track. But that is what is currently new with us. I'm excited to be back doing the podcast.
I can tell.
I'm feeling good. So I hope you're enjoying the show so far. Now, shall we move on to the main topic, the honeymoon period? When would you say that the honeymoon period finishes when you start full-time traveling?
I genuinely would say, I thought it was after like 9 months. Mm-hmm. But I think that I am going to say genuinely probably 2 years.
Do you think?
I think so. I think I was still in holiday mode. I think I was still like, I want to try everything. I want to do everything. I want to be holiday and out of the system and all of this new way of living. And I thought it was at 9 months that I was like, okay, no, I'm done now. I've found a new way of traveling. But I wouldn't say up until like this last year that it has really worn off and we've actually found a real way of living whilst full-time traveling. Yeah. That's what I think. So honeymoon period, I thought it was 9 months, but I think genuinely it was probably about 2 years.
I think 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're probably right with that. That's probably how I'd feel as well. I'd say after 12 months, because the first 12 months is quite relentless for pretty much everyone that we've met as well who is traveling. 12 months of pretty much non-stop going to a new location. It's pretty relentless, and I'd say that for that can only really go on for 12 months without you getting extremely burnt out and tired, and needing a bit of a break. But I think it's really important for our experience and what we feel is this kind of differentiation between feeling like you're on holiday and being in holiday mode and actually fully establishing living this way. And I do agree that it's been this past year, after we reached the 2-year mark, where we've really found our feet with living like this. We're not on holiday. We don't feel like we're on holiday at all really anymore. No. It's just, it is a complete way of life, and we've really found our feet, I'd say, this past year.
I think, like, I definitely agree. Within the 12 months, you've gone from place to place, you're really, really hectic. It's all so exciting. You've left the UK. It's so nerve-wracking as well. You're on adrenaline straight away of, we've got no home. You've got the guilt that comes in. You've got the craziness. You've got the excitement. And you're like, yes, I want to do that. Yes, I want to live in the moment. Yes. And you've got all of that going on. And I think with everyone that we have kind of met in the same kind of situation, that have done the same kind of thing, that it gets to around your 9 months, 12 months, when people want to go back to certain places they've enjoyed. So not going back to the UK at all, but like going back to somewhere that they have really connected with on their travels, and they want to go back to that place to reset or refill that enjoyment of that place that they might have. And 9 times out of 10, it's the first place that people have arrived.
People seem to get a real connection with their first location. We obviously did, and many others that we've met also are very similar to that. They seem to gravitate back towards that first original place, and it's got to be all to do with emotions and feeling that connection, that first part. And I agree on that. It's kind of like that 12-month period where you're sort of thinking, I could go back.
And I think that at that 12 months, then you kind of go, this is the new way that we're going to travel. So I think like your mini kind of moon finishes there, and then I think you go into this new version of what you're going to be doing. But I still believe that you're still in this slight bubble of new traveling, of like, ooh, do this, do that, still living for the moment. And I do think it probably does wear off around 2 years of jumping from place to place and the way that you do it. I do want us to discuss more about how, like, it's not a negative that it has.
Like the honeymoon period's over.
Yes.
And you might not be, it's kind of like that elevation of a holiday, like that buzz you've got.
Or a marriage.
Are you trying to tell me something? the elation.
It's about enduring it. No.
Just getting your head down and getting through it. You shouldn't feel guilty if you're not feeling that feeling anymore, that excitement all the time. That it's a completely normal thing, just like in everyday life, to have the slumps and the stresses, and this is no different. And it's not a bad thing. You're just adjusting to the lifestyle. And I think, going into that second year, you might return back to where you first originally went, and you've got that connection with, and you might set up a base there. I mean, from our experience, that's what we would suggest for people, is to find somewhere which is a bit more of a base, so you can sort of find a bit of a routine, have a bit of normality, recover a little bit, and then go off and travel again and take it on the next bit, and then you've got your rest period again. It's how we've done it. But I think still then in that second year, it's still exciting. You're still in the mode of setting up, we've got a base and where we're going next. And I think that was the case for us. But then going into our third year, this past year, it really has been a case of, basically work for us, because when we go and travel, we're going to places that we're really excited about and we're choosing, but we're not choosing them to go have a holiday and have an amazing time necessarily. We're choosing them because it's our job, it's what we want to do. We go, we film, we create content, we experience. The girls are world schooling fully, and that's what it's become for us. It's not so much like we're going for a holiday. I think a lot of people's reaction to us when we said about India was quite shocking, because it's like, oh, India, really? You're going to go to India? Oh, I've never fancied that. I'm not sure about that. But we were ready to take that on with both hands, like we did. We jumped in with both feet, and it was full on. But that's where we are with our career, I guess, this career, and it's where we are with this stage of our travelling.
You can often get burnt out. And in a way of travelling, I feel like it's that point of where you stop in a country and you prefer to stay in that Airbnb rather than going out and experiencing a cafe, somewhere to eat, some culture, going to do something. You're actually thinking, I want to sit in today.
Yeah.
I'm worn out. And it's how to deal with those moments, especially when you have children as well, of going, you are allowed to feel like that.
Yeah.
And you are allowed to take that break for yourself. And you should not feel guilty that you're not out there going, oh, I'm traveling, I need to breathe in this culture. But you do feel guilty. Yeah. It's just natural. But it is fine to take that break. It is fine to just want to feel a little bit normal, just be in your pajamas for most of the day and not really do that much. And it is also normal to feel like you just need that little bit of a break, a breather. Everything's going a little bit not how you want it to be. You're a little bit overwhelmed and just going chill day to day. And often me and Chris do this. And it normally includes something called an Irish bar.
Yeah.
And I think we've spoken about an Irish bar before.
Yeah, plenty of times. It's kind of like our secret weapon, if you like. I think that where you stay in your Airbnbs, where you're choosing to stay, that's why it's important to sort of have good internet, a good TV. I know that sometimes it's hard to tell with the pictures on Airbnb, but a good TV, because sometimes you just kind of want a TV day, a duvet day. And that, like, you can't be doing all the time. And it is okay to have a break and be at home, if you like, and take 1 or 2 of those days, whatever you need. And like, that is just a part of it. That is what you do. And
it's coming to terms with the fact that is okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's okay. Even
absolutely.
if the clock is counting down, being in that destination.
Yeah.
If you're not wanting to go out, you are not going to embrace that and enjoy it.
Take it as a sign and take that time for yourself.
Yes.
But, we've been in several situations where we've been traveling non-stop, and it's been tough, and we've been exhausted, and we're kind of cultured out, and we're kind of like, we've had enough of the local food, and we don't really want to see anyone, and we kind of like, we don't really want to go anywhere. And sometimes when we feel like that, we need a bit of a kind of a night off or a day off. And that's when the Irish bar technique came in, because it's kind of like, you go along to an find a local Irish bar, sit
which
in.
Seems to be in, I don't think we've found a country that doesn't have an Irish bar.
Yes, there's always an Irish bar around. Just find your local
Those
one.
Irish just get everywhere.
You get in there, you have a drink, have some bar snacks.
The girls get iPad time.
Yeah, they get iPad time. They can chill out.
They absolutely love. So if you say we need to go to an Irish bar, the girls like, yay! And it's just that time of being out for a little bit, not cooking.
Yeah.
Me and Chris are able to talk. The girls are having their time on the iPads, and we just reground for a second. And it might sound like really bad parenting, but do you know what? You need to do it sometimes. Yeah. And if it means that you're a better person for it the next day, absolutely.
It's just like recharging the batteries. I think that you can often take that moment, and the next day you get up and you're like, wow, we needed that. That was great. My head's back in it now, and I feel pretty good.
By any means, I'm not saying that you need to go to an Irish bar if you're in those areas. What I'm trying to say is, if you're feeling like you are cultured out, you're not enjoying a place, and you're just done, it might not mean that you're done with traveling. It might just mean you're a little bit burnt out. You just need to stay in, take a couple of days for yourselves. And that was why we were talking about the 12-month mark of most people that we have met, that they want to go back to somewhere they are familiar along the travel route that they have enjoyed. Yeah. And going past this period of time of being also exciting, also new, just means that you need to find that thing that brings you comfort, where you feel like you can sit in your pajamas all day and watch TV and not feel bad for it, that is kind of what you're needing.
Yeah. I think as well, when you're in that sort of first period of time, I think at the end of the day, the majority of people, I think, do choose to come over to Southeast Asia. It's the perfect destination to start traveling, certainly as a family. It's family friendly. There's loads of information out there on it. There's loads of other people who have done it. Certainly Thailand, Vietnam, it's really popular on the travel route. But in that first period, it's really hard not to separate yourself off from the holiday mode, because, you've left the UK predominantly. You might have come from another country, but you've left your home where you've kind of decided that you wanted to change your life in a way, and you've got away and you've come out to Southeast Asia, and the next minute you're sort of got your flip-flops on, you've got your sunglasses on, you're on the beach, you're having a coconut, and that is pretty much holiday mode. And it's kind of trying to sort of get used to that not being the case anymore.
I think that is the message that we kind of are going to deliver today, is that if you are still doing that, that isn't what we have created as full-time travel. We actually don't live like that. And how it has all transformed for us is that we go and travel hard because we enjoy it. We want to take the culture in. And we thought in one period of time that we quite liked slowly traveling, being somewhere a week to 2 weeks because it's easier to get set
or a
up.
month, even a month Airbnb.
And it'd be easier, and slow travel was for us. To then us going, okay, we want to go week by week a little bit faster. To now as a family realising that we like taking the challenge on. We like traveling quite fast and going, yes, we're going to a new place. It's exciting. We're doing this. And then coming to a place to resettle, and then revisiting where we went, thinking about it, deciphering, processing what we've experienced all together. And I think that is now what we've kind of evolved into, of going, right, this is our expedition where we're going to experience the country, do as much of it as we possibly can, nearly max ourselves out. And then we come back to our base, we come back to Penang, and then we just revisit where we've been, talk about it, and calm down and slow everything back down to a normal rate. But that isn't kind of what year 2 did for us. Year 2, we still were continuing, I think, on a holiday kind of lifestyle. And going along with the holiday kind of lifestyle meant that we, even though we are earning, we were overspending.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Because it's really strange when you're on a holiday to like you just said earlier, to stay in, to have a duvet day, to watch TV, to, when we're here, we eat in 7 nights a week. We're eating in, we live here as we would in the UK. But in that first period, of those first couple of years, it's sort of like, certainly when you go to a place that is new, you kind of like, that you're around, you predominantly in holiday tourist resorts and places, and you're around all the restaurants, all the bars, and, it's easy to just go out and go, right, where's the next restaurant tonight? Where's the next place we're going to go? What we having for dinner? Where we're going? And before you know it, you've eaten out twice a day, 7 days a week. And even though you're in, Vietnam or Thailand or the Philippines, where it's, way cheaper than the UK, you are spending a lot because you're basically on holiday mode, and that isn't real life. That's not real living.
And I think this became very evident for us, very evident when we returned back to Thailand, actually. And we loved Thailand when we did our first visit there. We were going around and loving it. We thought it was really cheap, and we thought like the food courts were really cheap, and it was really, really good.
7-Eleven.
Yeah, 7-Eleven. Let's go get I nearly did there, 7-Eleven. But it's not. It's 6-7. I just showed my age. But we realised we went back just to kind of settle for like 2 weeks in Bangkok, and we realised it was adding up the cost.
Oh yeah.
It really
Well, I think
was.
Thailand, from what we've experienced, has definitely got more expensive. It seems like it's got more expensive.
But I think it was that point of like we were wanting to eat in, but the Airbnb, there was only like a small amount that I was able to cook. So then we were going out and we were going, well, we remembered that this was really, really cheap. But actually doing it twice a day, every day as a family of 5, when you're not going out having an experience or going to see something, just felt like the money was just...
Yeah, it's not sustainable.
No.
From what we have experienced, it's not sustainable. I think that he's trying to find that happy medium, find that that normal living sort of balance. And what we do is sort of treat ourselves. If we go out, here in Malaysia and Penang, we might go have a family mart lunch. We might push the boat out and have a Nando's. And that feels like a real treat. But like in the past, it would have been, we're hungry. What are we eating tonight? Oh, let's just go to Nando's. It's there. And, and that really adds up. So it's kind of like trying to really get that balance right. And certainly, it would feel abnormal for us to be going out for something to eat.
Even
now.
if it is to Hokkers and eating local, it will feel odd of getting a whole family of 5 out, then getting all the meals and then sitting there and realising actually it would have been a whole lot of less effort of just cooking and cleaning it up in the house. So it's quite odd how we now kind of live, how we kind of in our down period, how we did in the UK, but there's a lot more differences. So I'm going to break this up now and I want to play a game. Now I have thought of this game and I'm not too good with rules and understanding, but I think I can make this work. Okay? I am going to say something about a country we have visited, what the expectation of that country is, and you're going to have to say whether it lived up to the expectation or, oh no, that was just, this is where I'm getting confused. That was just the expectation and that was false, or reality, the statement that I says is reality, it is like that.
Oh, so it's kind of like you would say a rumour of what a perception of a place is meant to be like.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Shoot ahead.
Now I've got to remember what I have placed in my mind because it's in my notebook, which is closed over there. Okay. I'm going to go for it. Okay. So Maya Bay in Thailand is absolutely beautiful and you feel at one with nature, just like the film The Beach with Leonardo DiCaprio.
I think that it is accurate, that it's absolutely beautiful. It's one of the most stunning places that I've ever been. The water's incredible, the surrounding and the nature is incredible. I mean, there's literally little sharks swimming like a metre away from you in the shore. It's beautiful. But you certainly don't feel at one with yourself because there's about 1 million other people crammed in next to you.
What about the queuing to get to the beach when Leonardo was doing it, he was chopping up jungle.
Yeah, and then he discovers a beach on his own.
Yeah, how did we discover the beach?
We kind of like bottlenecked in. There was 1 million people bottlenecking into one little walkway, and it was actually insane and quite dangerous. Definitely you don't feel at one and experience the nature there, and then you kind of march in almost single file to the beach entrance, and then you get on there, and there are loads of people trying to run and jump in the sea, and then there's one guy who's like got an army uniform on, blowing a whistle and telling everyone to get out of the water. It's not like the quietest place, but if you just kind of like take your ear muffs, your ear protectors, ear defenders. I think the correct term's ear defenders. If you wear those and just look out,
are you saying also like wearing those like blinkers that horses wear, so you just look at the one vision in front? You can
kind of envision yourself
being able
to
also get a photo
yes
of just you, but you're very rare at being
Yeah.
able to do that. I don't know if we actually managed
If you
it.
zoom in, so you can
On
literally
just your own
just
body.
see your head, you're going to get a selfie of yourself. Maybe get a bit of water behind you. But yeah, I'd say beautiful place, incredibly stunning place. Like if you get the chance to go, go. But yeah, you're not going to be at one with yourself, feeling the peace.
Okay. I'm going to go with another one.
Mm-hmm.
Expectation of India
Yeah.
is danger,
Mm-hmm.
especially with females being touched inappropriately.
Yeah.
Is that expectation or is it reality?
From my experience as a father of 3 girls and a married man to a wonderful woman, I don't know if you know who she is.
I'm sorry over here.
But I didn't experience that whatsoever. And one thing I think from our experience, and we are going to be doing a whole podcast about India, so stay tuned for that. But one thing that I felt is I got a lot of respect for being a husband and a father, and I felt like that the people there respected the family element. So it was like you as a mother with your children got a lot of respect. So you didn't really get any of that issue. I can't speak for single female travellers, but in our experience, no, I would say that that isn't accurate. And we were treated with ultimate respect and kindness. And it was an incredible experience. But again, there's going to be a whole episode on that, so stay tuned. Okay, I've got 2 for you. First, 2 for you. First one, expectation that China is literally living 20 years ahead. It's the most futuristic place that you will go to. There's robots, there's flying cars, there's insane buildings, LED lights, monograms, holograms everywhere. That is expectation.
A simple answer. That is the reality of it. Absolutely is. And it goes from you think that, and it is shown on social media that it is like that, and very proud to be like that. And it literally is. The cyberpunk cities are lit up. They are absolutely insane. I haven't actually seen a car flying, but I have seen the taxi drones there.
That are going to be launched.
Yeah.
They might be launched now.
And which is nuts. The fact that budget hotels have robots delivering your food, how everything is linked, everything works, QR codes, simple things like that. It just stays in my brain that the UK can't get any payment system properly online that works properly. And that's me just comparing on that. But yeah, that is insane. I think the drone shows, the lighting shows,
the hologram. Like I'll never forget the bridges, and there's like it looks like a normal bridge, but all of a sudden a big hologram will be on the side of it, and you can't see like the lights and the light bulbs or where that's coming from, but it just looks like a full hologram of a full crisp image.
I would definitely say that is completely correct on other fronts as well of how more futuristic it is that these cities are built and you can see the overtop of what the city is, but actually there's about 3 or 4 levels underground that you can get lost in to get somewhere.
It's like there's a city underneath the city.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's absolutely it absolutely blows my mind, and that is definitely reality. Yeah.
Okay, expectation. Australia.
Expectation of Australia. The game is called Expectation versus Reality.
Expectation.
Oh, you're just announcing it.
Okay, number 2 from me. Expectation.
Okay.
Australia.
Like it.
Everybody walks around with a mullet, flip-flops, drinks Fosters, and shouts, "Bloody hell, mate."
I don't think there's a flat-out answer to that, because I think that is definitely an expectation and not reality. But there are still a lot of people that have mullets. And what was it? What's the football game that they play?
AFL. Aussie rules football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now they all look like they're stuck in the 1950s or something like that. They've all got mullets, moustaches, and wearing really short shorts, running around, throwing a ball around. So on that fact, yes. Another fact that we did find out that Australians don't drink Fosters.
Yes.
Like it was just all a marketing campaign that me and Chris were really shocked about when we went over to Australia, and I think we actually made the Australian news.
Mm-hmm.
Because of it. So that is a bit of a mixed bag, and I don't think I ever heard an Australian saying bloody hell in an Australian accent.
Okay, so a bit of reality, bit of not reality.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to go back into the reality of long-term traveling, but more specifically in a content creation concept. So we left the UK as, okay, we did have our platforms, we did have YouTube, we had just got an Instagram account, and we did have quite a substantial TikTok as well. Now, we left the idea of we wanted social media to take off, but we didn't know that was going to work.
Yeah.
So in the honeymoon period, we were also thinking that it might be a short-term situation, or our way of traveling might have to change due to finances and having to work digitally online.
Yeah.
So how do you think, what do you think, what should we tell everyone about our content creation in life? Is it fake? Do you feel that we produce something fake to hand out, or do you think it is still us rawly experiencing a country?
I think that we are hopefully for anybody out there, if you're listening or watching, if you meet us after watching us on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, or vice versa, you know us, or you know us before, and you watch us. Hopefully, you see the same people off camera and on camera, because that is who we are. So we're not like that. One thing that we do is we obviously are a bit more of an elevated version of ourselves when we're on camera. We're presenting, we're energetic, but we're quite energetic people anyway. So
especially if it's something that we're passionate about.
Yeah, I'd say you can't, if you've got to have some sort of energy on camera and have that sort of passion, if you like. And we do that. So we are kind of elevated a little bit. But I don't think that we put on a persona and we kind of I don't feel that we fake anything. We kind of go and we showcase a location or an experience, and we just sort of showcase. I think we very rarely talk negatively, and we don't really go and hammer a place, whereas I have seen a lot of content that people do that, and there's nothing wrong with that. It definitely gets views and reaction, but it's just not our thing, I guess.
I think the thing with it is, I totally agree with you, and I think if you actually watch our content, if we're not feeling that positive about a place, we actually just don't say that much about it, because we stop talking about all the good things to do, and there'll be less for us to show, because we won't necessarily show.
Yeah.
Well, we will show the bad side, but we won't ever badmouth, because it's just not what we like to put out in the world.
Yeah, I think that you can either be a glass half empty view on things, or a glass half full.
And I think that this definitely relates. You just touched on it. It definitely relates to clickbait, getting the views, and I feel that we understand, obviously, what's going to get the views. We understand, we both go, that is a great little short form to...
that's going to get views, that's going to get a reaction.
That's going to get a reaction.
Yeah.
Or YouTube video. We're doing the YouTube video on this because people will be interested in that. So in that hindsight, it is planned and we know it's going to work, but we would never bad mouth to get the big
to get the
views.
views. Yeah, I
And
think
we wouldn't lie either. We just wouldn't film it.
we wouldn't. Yeah, we'd sort of say we would give a slight opinion. You'd probably, if you know us, be able to tell that we're not fully, because we're quite energetic, passionate people. If we love something, we'll be like shouting from the rooftops. But we're definitely glass half full people, and we like to showcase the best of a place and see the best in people. I just think it comes down to, for us, like a bit of a respect thing. If you're visiting a country or a place within a country and you're saying things are crap and like it's awful and stuff like that, it's not really what we do, because it's just down to a respect thing. I don't think we could ever do that. Like there's been places where we found tough.
And that's kind how we word it, though. That is how we word it.
It's tough. It's difficult.
Or we'll word it in a different way of saying it wasn't what we expected.
We've gone through the grinder. It was,
we found that harder, and we'll always put it down to it's our point of view on something. And I think like kind of what I was trying to speak about was how our content creation, now we're over the honeymoon period, how it does form a lot of where we travel to.
Yeah,
and that's being really, really honest. And we don't now go, I really want to just go over there. We actually judge it on where would be interesting for our viewers to watch, who would be interested in it. And because at the end of the day, it's our job. So if no one wants to know about that place, we can't just go and have a holiday over there, because we will then not be able to financially do anything.
Yeah.
So we have to be tactful now.
I think if you choose to go down the road less travelled, yes, it's going to be absolutely amazing content, without a doubt, if you're a content creator. But it's also more likely to give you an incredible life-changing experience to go to somewhere so eye-opening. I mean, we've been to sort of probably the most extreme, or one of the most extreme parts of China, in the northwest, and also India, which we'll talk about in the next episode. Actually, there were some extreme parts of that. And in those places, they're the most, probably two of the most extreme places that we've been. But, were we sort of walking along white, luscious sand and turquoise waters and, laying on a sunbed and having like the best time in the most beautiful place? No. Did we think that, this is the best place ever and we could really live here, or we would come back here, or kind of thing? No, they were insane places with real eye-opening moments. Yes, content-wise, really, really good. We're showcasing places that many people wouldn't choose to go. Also, we by going there as a family, we're building really resilient little humans, girls who, their eyes have been...
They're not fazed by anything.
Nothing. And you can sort of think, I don't know about going there, or it's a bit funny, I've heard certain things, or whatever. But, the girls have really been through eye-opening moments and seen things that they would have never seen in their life if we hadn't done what we've done. And I just know for a fact that for the future, it's going to stand them in incredible stead. And I can already see it now. Just with India, they're unfazed by anything.
I think, I totally agree with that. And I think it's kind of like, you think of it and you go, would we have gone there or chosen to go there if we weren't creating content? And if we're really honest with ourselves, we potentially wouldn't have gone there.
Yeah.
But am I glad that we went there and had the experience of being there, and the experiences we had there being things that we cherish? Yes. And that's where I look at content creation in such a positive way, that it pushes us and opens our eyes to things that we wouldn't necessarily think, and we go, okay, that will be good for some content up there. People want to see up there. I'm not really wanting to go, and it wouldn't really be on my bucket list to go and do. And also, certainly with the girls, I'm a bit like, I don't know if they're going to enjoy it. It's not about enjoying yourself all the time, or providing that for your children to always be enjoying every second of the day.
Absolutely.
It's about educating about the world, having those experiences that might be a bit tougher, that you have to act in a certain way. That is the whole point of world schooling. And I feel that content creation adds another layer to that, and it pushes us out of our comfort zones, and sometimes makes us feel more secure on that fact as well, that we have a whole crowd of audience, you guys, with us as we're traveling that route as well. That actually gives us a little bit more confidence.
Yeah.
So
you can pick up the camera and talk to that audience.
Yes.
And like those places that are a little bit more eye-opening and extreme and often shocking, you're just building this armor up where you just feel, I mean, as a family unit, we just feel invincible. We really do.
I think that's the whole point of, like, do we plan our travel around our content? Simple answer is yes.
Yeah.
But the other point of view of it is, it actually is a positive for us and our family. It has a positive effect on us. The Hutchinsons. Content creation makes us go, oh, well, we will go out and we will go film that bit. Oh, we've actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
You know, so
the experiences that it's brought us have been unforgettable. And you're right, we wouldn't have gone to do some of those things without content creation.
Would we have gone to the Himalayas in India and celebrated Diwali up there?
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
But we did. And those are the doors that open, and it gives you the confidence, and it's absolutely incredible. And I think I wanted to touch on the fact that now we have changed how we do our content and our traveling, that content creation does form where we're going to.
Yeah, it does.
But I don't see that as a negative. We go on our content creation trips,
I think
but we also are still traveling and experiencing and enjoying that country through content creation.
Yeah. Well, I think that, I mean, we'll go through it in the next podcast with India, but it was incredible, absolutely incredible. And yeah, because of content creation and our job and what we've chosen to do, it really amplifies it 10 times over. I think that, you know, touching back on what we're going over, of choosing places that you want to go as like, ooh, I fancy going there. Ooh, I like the look of that place. I've heard some good reviews. And like thinking about us, are we really showcasing what we really feel about the place? Well, certainly places in India, some other places we've been, like in China, in some of the parts, you know, that we're not too comfortable in some areas, but we wouldn't stand there and sort of say, this place is crap, don't come here. We wouldn't say that. We would, like we said before, we'd probably go through and say, that was tough. Wow, that was eye-opening. But,
or,
you know...
Or we've left and gone somewhere else early, and we'll say we've left, we've had to change our plans.
Yeah.
We're also so truthful, but we're also aware that we're not going to arrive somewhere and be like, the flowers are out, we're getting a drink, we're down by the beach, we're down by the pool, this is the way of life.
Yeah.
No, we see this as a working way of life, and we're a working family that work together 24/7, but we absolutely love it.
I mean, some of those times when we've been in the thick of it, it's been polluted, it's been noisy, we've been hassled.
We still have a weird smile on our face, and I don't know why we do.
The adrenaline is pumping. Yes. The adrenaline's pumping. We're a solid unit. Yeah. We're all like together communicating with each other. Are you okay? Right. Sandwich formation. Yeah. Right. Are we okay, girls? Are you all right? Yeah, we're good. Head down. And then you get through certain situations where do we really think that that's paradise? That's the traveling dream. Well, it depends what you see traveling as, because that for us is what traveling is going through those situations, recording them and talking about them later. And it's often those that we return back to when we sat around having a meal here in Penang. And that is where it's gone. And we sit, we talk about where we want to go, and we're aware, content-wise, what is going to do better than others. So
and
what
we
places...
have to be, because that's how we earn our money.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's just being really, really honest. So I think we've kind of gone through the holiday period of us going for travel, thinking it might be short term, that we can't carry on seeing the world because money has a limit. But then actually how we've actually gone past that, and now we use content creation to help us travel the world and experience things that I never thought when we left Corby, Northamptonshire, the UK.
Yeah, that we would actually experience.
That I'd be walking through the gardens of the Taj Mahal.
Oh, yeah.
That I'd be
Incredible.
on Australian news because I thought that Foster's was drunk in Australia. Or Vietnam, being on Halong Bay in a collaboration with Capella Cruises, cycling through where King Kong was filmed. All of these amazing things came through content creation. We've adapted how we film, how we do our trips, because we are going into year 4 this year. Round of applause, everyone.
Yeah, which sounds insane. But, I mean, it's also not about, going places that we don't want to go. We're not picking places and we don't really want to go there, but... it's going to do great for the content. We're not doing that.
We're not holding our breaths and jumping in, but we did think we might have to do a little bit of that in India.
Yes, well, we didn't know.
But we're not going to discuss it, because that goes on to reveal that next week, when we're recording this podcast, with the lights managing to remain on the whole way through, we are going to be talking about the truth about China, our experience.
About China?
No.
Oh, no.
I've lost it. But coming up to 10 to 1 in the morning. Mishap. Erase that. Edit that out for me.
It's going to be a full episode on India, what we experienced, how we felt, some of the situations that we were in.
Still going on the theme of expectation versus reality. Yeah. And we're going to talk all the way through it, because we have so much to talk about with it. And we're going to speak to you next week about that one. And I'm really excited about it, because we keep nearly just talking about it now.
Yes, well, it's out because it's, as you can probably tell, it's another life-changing, incredible experience.
Don't give the hook away.
Yeah, we won't give it away. You're going to have to stay tuned for next week.
That's right.
But yeah, we were going back to that. We're not just choosing places that are specifically just because it's good content. We make decisions logistically because of the content, but also like India, we really wanted to go. The next location that we're going, which we have decided we are going to reveal before we actually go on our platforms, so stay tuned for that. But it's a place that as a family we desperately want to go, and we're incredibly excited about it.
I think the person that's the most excited is Olivia.
Yeah,
we are all really excited about it.
We're beaming about it, but
Olivia's a little bit more than others.
Yeah, she's it's like her number one.
Yeah.
But we also know it's going to be amazing content. So it's kind of like when you can marry the two like that, you've almost got
a winning formula.
You've got a winning formula. It's like a match made in heaven.
Yeah.
And I really think that the content coming from that trip is going to be incredible.
Well, fingers crossed for that. We hope that you have really enjoyed this episode. We're a little bit rusty, I think. I think we're a little bit all over the place, but we have tried to up our game. I hope that you have really enjoyed what we have spoken about.
In the background, though, this first episode for us has gone incredibly smoothly. Like, we've jumped back in, the setup's worked well. Yeah, we had a few lighting issues, but that's going to be sorted.
There's been no fights.
No, been no fights off camera. Everything's gone well.
Out.
It's been good.
It's been good.
Setup's worked pretty good. So we hope you've really enjoyed listening along, or if you're on YouTube, watching along. We are really, really happy to be back with the podcast and producing these episodes. We have 6 episodes again this season 2.
I've got a really, really exciting one that I've planned for the latter end, our last one, and we're really hoping that we can get that sorted. So yes, please stay along for the journey. Please make sure that you have subscribed to the channel.
Subscribe to us on YouTube, follow along on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts. If you've got any feedback, any suggestions, if you could leave us a review on Spotify or Apple, 5 stars would be amazing. But even if you just want a few comments on feedback or any suggestions or anything like that, comment on there, leave us a review. And also if you're watching on YouTube, just comment down below. And we'll read through those.
I'm also going to put up a questionnaire for questions on India next week, which will be put up on Tuesday on the Instagram page of Dare to Venture Pod and also the family Hutchinsons. What am I talking about? The Hutchinson family Instagram account. So if you are wanting a specific question, we are going to put a questionnaire out on there. Please type your question and we will be answering them all about India next week. On Wednesday we film and on Monday these are released. So please look out for that and make sure if you've got a question to ask, please pop it in there because we'll be answering those.
Yes, we will. So that wraps up this week, episode 1 of season 2 of the Dare to Venture podcast. Thank you so much for listening along, watching along. We're so happy to be back and we shall see you in the next one.
Thank you for listening.
Bye.
Bye.